Hey. Welcome to Girlchatsports. It's Wednesday.
Hello, Wednesday.
It's a late night and
It is.
we are getting it in. So we just wanted to first jump on here. Of course, for any of those that are in Vegas or those aren't in Vegas, you've I'm sure heard by now about the mass shooting at UNLV. We Our thoughts and prayers go out to anyone that was affected by it, the family, just the community itself. I
Yeah.
think a lot of PTSD has happened out here just since 9 or not 9/11. I'm sorry, 1 October, then this, and it's been a little bit hard for I think for a lot of people to get out there. But shout out to all the first responders here in Las Vegas. I think 1 October kind of helped with this situation. It sounded like the situation was able to be um, de-escalated at a reasonable rate amount of time that could have been harmful to more people if they hadn't stepped in with campus
Right.
security, police, fire, all that.
Right.
So we
Absolutely.
definitely just want to make sure everybody knows that our thoughts and prayers are with everybody that's been affected with that. And we will continue on with our show.
Yes. And thanks for
Yes.
everyone that do have family members, their children that all checked in, that their kids are safe. Prayers to the families of those whose lives were possibly lost. Our prayers are with you. We are still UNLV strong. We're still Vegas strong. Yeah. So on with the show. But yeah, have to acknowledge that. I was getting
Absolutely.
texts from people like, shout out to Guru because Guru texted me. It was like, what's going on? I see UNLV trending on Twitter or on
Yeah.
X, and I'm thinking it's something about the basketball team. And well, the basketball team did have to, they did cancel their road trip
Yes.
game. And I know the Knights played tonight against the Blues. However, my friend Caroline got a beautiful shot of them acknowledging UNLV at that away game for the Blues
Oh,
and
wow.
Golden Knights, with a moment of silence for UNLV. So that was awesome,
Oh,
for them to
gosh.
do that. And that wasn't even at home. That was definitely an away game in St. Louis. So shout out to that. But yeah,
Well,
we are in some
that's
different times.
good.
It is good. But the community, we will rally. We will always get
Always,
stronger and,
always.
and rally and just, stay in faith, stay in prayer. That's what you got to do.
Absolutely. And the one thing that I think was heartbreaking was just when I was watching, I work from home, so I'm watching the TV and watching the news. A lot of people, like
Yeah.
you said, are texting from outside the state saying, "Hey, or just making sure you're good." And
Right.
I think people feel like none of us really live near UNLV, but I can understand. I appreciate all the check-ins for people just making sure that
Yeah.
we're good, our families, anybody that we know is good. So we appreciate that. I think it was just more it was disheartening to see these students get on their interviews and be like, well, I'm not surprised it happened. I mean, that's the kind of state of America we live in right now, that we're not surprised that it's happening. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy because these do happen across all kinds of college campuses, and don't think that it can't happen at your college campus, or don't think anything could happen
no.
because, like I said, we have in historically Vegas has the highest mass shooting in U.S. history of victims of what we fell to for October 1. So just let that sink in that we have the largest mass shooting that ever occurred in this country from Las Vegas. Las Vegas did that. So just keep in mind of where you are. Keep a sense of keeping your head on a swivel. If something doesn't seem right, go with that
Absolutely.
instinct. Don't let people too much in your personal space. Trust no one unless they are to be
Hmm.
trusted. You just got to be cognizant of a lot of things and see the signs. And if people really need help, or they're reaching out for a cry for help, and maybe you can prevent the measures of them going that way,
Right.
with that type of action or taking their lives or anything. Just we just have to kind of come together, bridge together, and just pay attention to a lot. So,
Yeah, we just gotta, like you said, keep your head on swivel. And
oh,
sometimes
for
like
sure.
those, you really don't
You
notice
just don't
what's
notice. You
happening
don't
around
know.
you.
And a
I
campus is
mean, and
big. A
it's
college's campus is big. And it's UNLV is one of those campuses that you've got more students that are not in house there, but off campus. I mean, it's very high traffic. Anybody can walk on that yard.
And the fact that they've had these not the girls, but they've had they've had to shuttle these kids around from campus because it was locked down. They started
Right.
letting kids go, but then they had to go to like Thomas and Mack, where then they got bused to the convention center to meet up with parents to get this. And
Wow.
And for those that are out of state, like your family's not coming. So they were sitting at Thomas and Matt getting fed until they were allowed back to go into their dorms and housing over there, which
Yeah.
wild is
It
wild.
is
And
wild.
like this was apparently the last day before finals started. So this is
Yeah.
getting close to Christmas break. I mean,
We're just coming off of a UNLV being in a championship game, which we'll talk about. You know, we didn't have a great success with that, but they're invited to a bowl game. We've got our ladies basketball team doing amazing things. Like UNLV has been such a beacon of positivity in recent times,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
just you know, this happens. But
Yeah.
such is
So
life,
keep
you
your
know.
prayers and thoughts out for those out here. Me and Mo are doing well, and luckily,
Yes, thank
we've
God.
are yes, think absolutely. So yeah, we'll get on with the show. So we definitely have some hot topics. We got to talk about the bowl games. We got to talk about the CFB playoff picks and how that went as far as who got left out, the conspiracy theories and whatnot.
Yeah.
We got to talk
Yes.
about Washington Huskies that won the Pac-12 championship, packed the Allegiant Stadium and sold it out at over
Man.
61,000 fans. It was an amazing, amazing time. We got a Hugadori, of course. We got a lot of Las Vegas sports to cover. The NBA in-season tournament, which starts tomorrow here in Las Vegas for the semifinals. Mo's Lakers are in it. We're
And
going to talk
Mo
about
will be
that.
there to cheer her Lakers
Okay,
on.
Mo, get it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Your cash app come through, huh?
Yes, it did. Thank you for everybody in love with Cash App. No, I got a shout out for you. We'll talk about it of how I got
Yeah,
the blessing
of
of getting to
course.
go there.
We got to talk about, I got to talk a little about the Hard Knocks in season. We got to talk about the Niners and their continuing role on the NFL. We got to talk about Major League Baseball. There was a huge transaction that just happened earlier, like a few minutes ago, as well as some other big names that are just awaiting to hear as to where they may go. A couple of sneaker drops. We also have a few GirlPower to share with you. So I'm going to kick it off since we're going to talk college football first, but the playoffs are set. We got Rose Bowl, Michigan and Alabama, January 1st, of course, 2:00. Then we got the Sugar Bowl, Washington, Texas. Right after that at 5:45. I did need to show this because I think it pretty much explains what really is happening with the college football playoffs. Of course, Benchwarmer Brand coming through with this one, so take a look.
Well, today's the big day. Yeah, luckily we don't have anything to worry about. We're both undefeated Power 5 conference champions. We're locks. Couldn't agree more. Now we just have to see who we're gonna play. Right. Alright, everyone, after a lot of consideration and deliberation and bribery. What was that last one? Deliberation. We've come to a decision. Michigan, you're number 1. Washington, you're... Well,
try that again.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well, today's the big day. Yeah, luckily we don't have anything to worry about. We're both undefeated Power 5 conference champions. We're locks. Couldn't agree more. Now we just have to see who we're gonna play. Right. Alright, everyone, after a lot of consideration and deliberation and bribery. What was that last one? Deliberation. We've come to a decision. Michigan, you're number 1. Washington, you're number 2. Makes sense. Would have liked to play in the Rose Bowl a little bit closer to home, but should be fine. At number 3, we're going with Texas. What? Ha! Suck it, nerds. We're so back. So being well,
Okay, what the heck?
Well, I like the deliberate.
well, today's the big day. Yeah, luckily we don't have anything to worry about. We're both undefeated Power 5 conference champions. We're locks. Couldn't agree more. Now we just have to see who we're gonna play. Right. Alright, everyone, after a lot of consideration and deliberation and bribery. What was that last one? Deliberation. We've come to a decision. Michigan, you're number 1. Washington, you're number 2. Makes sense. Would have liked to play in the Rose Bowl a little bit closer to home, but should be fine. At number 3, we're going with Texas. What? Ha! Suck it, nerds. We're so back. So being undefeated Pac-12 champions has earned us a road game against Texas. It's a neutral site. It's a game against a team from the South in the South. I have never seen an undefeated Power 5 conference champion.
Oh my gosh. Technical difficulties. Well,
Yes,
basically, the culmination was FSU was like, oh, great. The other two 13-0 teams are making it to the playoffs. So great. We can't wait. And he was like, not so fast because, as we all know, Florida State University did not get their ticket to the college football playoffs, being 13-0, F1, a Big Five school, and they are sitting in the back burner. Alabama gets through.
This is a mess.
A huge mess.
This is
like.
I don't get it. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand.
It's terrible. It's terrible how it is. It's terrible that it has to be like this. And it's really sad that, I mean, I get it. Like, they lost their quarterback. Like, we understand that, but that doesn't mean that they can't play, that they didn't deserve this spot. You know, they talk about the top 5 teams needing to, or the top 4 teams needing to be deserving or be the best teams to have it. And that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I feel like the SEC was trying to get in there. The SEC knew they wanted a spot.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah. Because I was shocked when the Alabama game. I was like, oh, well, we know where that's going.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, Alabama takes down Georgia. Georgia's been
Yep.
number 1 all year long. It's something that
Right.
nobody else has been able to do. They did it in the SEC championship. Okay, great. But does that mean they get the second chance to come in? And now Michigan is sitting there sweating bullets. They thought they were playing FSU. They
Right.
were probably like, we got this. Now they got to face Alabama in the semifinals, basically.
Doesn't make any sense to me, but okay, rock on. Like you
There's
said,
a lot
after
of
much
things.
deliberation and bribery.
What's up to those in the chat? We appreciate
Yes.
Jonathan, Andre Bailey. Hey,
Yes,
what's up, Dre? Yeah, and it happens every year.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even like it's my team. If it was my team, I'd probably really be upset. But I understand the fact that, you know, the money, the big money. It's a big money. It's a show
It
out
is.
there.
It's a
You know,
money drop. It's a
they
money
want to
grab.
make it a show, and this is what
Absolutely.
happens. So
Yeah, it's a money grab. This is what we do. It's a money grab.
oh,
So,
terrible,
yeah.
terrible, terrible, terrible.
What are you gonna do?
You can't do much. You can't do much
I mean,
at all.
on the other flip coin of that, UNLV didn't lose on their championship game, but they were invited to a bowl game, so they were
Correct.
a team that had a great record, just wasn't able to close out. And what was very saddening to me is I know they want the local support, and I know they want the locals to show up, and it doesn't help the night before when you see the Allegiant Stadium, that whole 65,000 really fulfills 65,000 seats with Oregon Duck fans and what. But
Yeah,
I get
it
it.
was beautiful.
It's that type of school.
And it's the last hurrah. It's the very last Pac-12
Right.
championship that we're gonna see.
But for
So,
us to not have gone to a Mountain West Conference championship in football in so long,
yeah,
we had great turnout for what it was, but we would
nobody
love
was
to
flying
find out.
in to come to see their
No,
alumni play. No,
no.
like when that's my thing is I need UNLV to get to a point where alumni are flying in to see these games, you know, to witness them. Like I'm going home for Apple Cup. I could, you know, I came out. Thankfully, I was already here, but so many people came from all across the country to come to this game that I knew that were in town. I mean, my girlfriend came in from Maui. So it's like people are flying in left, right. There was a guy we sat next to on the party bus to get there. He came from Peru.
Wow.
He had just graduated this spring and literally booked a flight and was like, I'm going to Vegas for the game.
Oh my God.
It's legit. But, you know, congratulations to UNLV. They did their best.
They did.
You know, they couldn't handle Boise State, unfortunately. They kind of like their gas tank was on.
I feel like
by
they
the
let
time
it
the game
go in the
started.
second half. The first half they were strong, especially when the interception, the losing of possession from Boise. They came back and returned it with the touchdown. Like it was like, okay, we're rolling. Then it just went.
Yeah, no.
But
they are headed. They are headed to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, which is versus Kansas. It's going to be close for UNLV fans. It'll be in Phoenix. You know, you can make it there. It's a lot closer for UNLV fans to get there than it is for Husky fans to get down to New Orleans. Let's put it that way.
That's true, but you guys are going to show up anyway. Y'all got to.
Oh, I mean, but you know, the thing is that flights out there are already getting triple price because they know people from Seattle are trying to go to New Orleans now. I've already heard all these horror stories. I know Alaska Airlines, shout out to them because they've opened up new flights to get down there. I personally can't make it. I'm going to be at the Winter Classic in Seattle anyways, but I've already booked a ticket to go to Houston for the championship. So,
okay.
Funded if it's not happening, but if we beat Texas, I'm out for 2 days,
right?
Just for a quick stop. But them,
no, I get
it. Tickets ain't cheap either. So start flashing that cash out back in.
Yeah, put it in. You need some incidental money, some extra, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But you know, we'll check back in like a week or two. But it's possible that you know. Mel may need to get a ticket into Houston, or someone that's got the pull on on a championship football ticket, it might have to happen.
Or your flight gets canceled and you just struggle and you reach out to no stranger just needing a way home. You never. Did I just say that? I should have said that. Right? I had to, but I'm fine.
We're gonna leave it at that. So again, we've got the playoffs. Our match, of course, there's other 636 other bowl games in the country throughout the month of December and into January. You can keep your eyes on those. I'm sure most of people's favorite teams are out there in it. But the other thing to talk about too is the Heisman finalists were announced.
Yes,
you've got Jaden Daniels from LSU, who's a transfer out of LA. Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, from Ohio State, Bo Nix in Oregon, Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. These guys are all in. I'm a little upset they put Bo Nix first because, so Bo Nix got Pac-12 quarterback of the year, offensive player of the year, which I think is crap. He also was first team Pac-12. Michael Penix Jr., who beat Oregon twice, won the Pac-12 championship. He got second team Pac-12, which is an utter disgust. I just can't believe it. Also, you should know how many seasons these guys have played. Penix has been in there 6. He's had a handful of injuries that have kept him from playing during most seasons. But you got 5 for Jaden, 5 for Bo Nix, Marvin, of course, with only 3. But the selection happens this Saturday out of New York, 5 p.m. And people,
if it's Bo Nix, I'm gonna scream.
That Penix has been in college since the 80s.
He has. I really don't think it will.
He is not.
That 6 years up there. I'm like, really, 80s. I bet you it's Bo Nix though. That's the name. That's the name everyone's ringing, and it's been in the media.
This man,
I know.
Listen, if it's not Michael Penix, I want Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I have no dog in the fight.
I know, I get it.
But the kid that's been in for the 80s, it seems like he put in a lot of time. It should be worth the time spent that he gets an award.
Right.
He definitely gets a participation trophy for that.
The participation trophy. Yes. So that's going to be on Saturday at 5. We also need to go back to a topic from last week. We talked about the transfer portal. So the transfer portal officially opened up. And because before it was just only if your coach had been fired or relocated and went somewhere else. Well, as of Monday, 1,184 players have entered the transfer portal. Yes. And I believe as today, it's 3,000 players in total. So just over 1,000 had entered on Monday. From the total from before the actual official opening till now, 3,000 people are in this transfer.
Good luck, kids.
You're going to have whole new teams next year.
Right.
Whole new teams. Yep. Whole new squads.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I did want to shout out to my girl that came in from Eliza. She came with her son. We had some great tickets. Shout out to my boy Matthew, who hooked it up. He's a season ticket holder for the Huskies. Awesome seats. It was spectacular. Here's just one quick video from a winning touchdown.
Something too on TV. The optics were amazing. Allegiant Stadium didn't even look like Allegiant.
It was beautiful.
It was totally done up in a way where you would not have known. People were saying, just watching, oh, that's in Vegas. I'm like, yes, that is at Allegiant Stadium. You can tell.
It was quite the fun time.
Yeah.
I mean, there literally was almost all Ducks one side, all Huskies on the other.
It was
really
I'm like, oh my God.
A beautiful, beautiful thing. There was, of course, a few people, once we got behind, there was a couple Ducks that snuck through trying to give, crap to their fans. But great game. We were on our feet the entire time. I felt like I was at a soccer game. We literally were on our feet the whole time. We would I literally took a break and was like, okay, because it's timeout. I'm going to sit down for a second. This is starting to be a lot. But man, it's special. It hasn't happened in forever for me. So I'm just really excited for the team. I think
that's great.
It's amazing.
I was rooting for you guys, so that's good. I was.
Yes. We need to also talk about, I don't know what this is. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Hugo Von Miller got arrested. Well, he turned himself in last week after he was allegedly assaulting a pregnant woman, which possibly was his girlfriend. But because no formal charges were filed yet, he basically is not on the commissioner's exemption list, and he's expected to be available to play this weekend. So he's got a third-degree felony. This was in Texas during their bye week. He was reported as stepping on the girl's feet, pushing her, which had her fall in a chair. He applied pressure to her neck for a while. They had found some bruising and some marks on her neck and arm.
Oh my gosh, guys. Keep your hands to yourself.
He's still able to play this weekend. Like, I mean, I get innocent until found guilty, but
well, we're going into week 15 coming in.
We're week 13 coming, or 14, sorry. We're 14.
Yeah, we need everybody.
We are only 5 weeks left of the regular season.
It's all hands on deck at this point, so they're just going to let that little Von Miller thing go. But again, like Dre said, like this guy can't stay out of trouble. He's got problems.
Again.
Yeah.
So getting it back to the Vegas and Vegas sports, we already talked about the Rebels football team. The Lady Rebels are 8-0. They beat Arizona last weekend. They're heading over to Oklahoma this weekend. So shout out to those ladies, the Lady Rebels. Our Vegas Gold Knights still number 1 in the division, still number 1 in the conference.
Too.
Good, because they aren't number 1 in the NHL anymore. So the Rangers and the Bruins have taken the first 2 spots. We're at number 3. We were before today's game. But there was an announcement, NHL draft coming to the Sphere.
And I like every emoji that has like been surprised by this. I wonder how that is going to look.
I think it could be amazing. They said they've got
but I just looking at the Sphere itself, like how is that even like?
But can you imagine, like you're watching it, like there's the people out here, but you're also watching it through this, like
that's what I'm saying. Like how?
Oh my gosh!
With the sensory,
and there's 18,000 seats. So can we open this up so that fans can get in there and really go wild? Because I would love to be at a draft.
Me too.
I wouldn't mind the Sphere being my first time with the draft being my first time in the Sphere. But this is the first professional sporting event that would be held at the Sphere if this is the case. So look at the Sphere, lost all that money, paying all this energy bills. They've been finding sponsorships. They did that golf thing for the win. They're trying to get all the money they can now. So I can't blame them.
They are. But if I can see you two there, I'd be okay with that too.
Right?
But yeah, the Knights. Oh yeah, the Knights won though 6-3 because the Blues beat us in overtime the night before the home game
on Monday.
Great that we were able to go out there and pay the favor back and get them 6-3. Yeah,
man, that's good. That's really good. And shout out to the VGK ladies again for the Raid the Night fair I went to on Saturday. I picked up a couple new patches for my jacket.
Nice.
I made me a little custom hat with some patches. Got me some ornaments. So good stuff. Always fun there. And also that was in Vegas. I know Jonathan mentioned, our girl Kelsey Plum from the Aces. She, of course, is a dog. And she was down at the stadium repping on the sidelines, as well as went to the men's basketball team, had a game the very next day. So she was repping for the Dawgs Friday night at the football and Saturday at the basketball game. So
she was repping hard.
Yeah, they are. Speaking of the WNBA, the draft is on Sunday, 1:30. Wow. I know, it's already draft time. So the team for the draft will be the Fever, the Mercury, the Sparks, the Storm. You can see the percentages there. And then those are the top 4 that have the highest percentage to get the top draft pick. But then you've also got the rest of the teams in there as to where their picks may be. So tune in Sunday, 1:30 Pacific time on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going?
I know.
Yeah,
the Dawgs Cross team had their home opener on Friday, lost, but they'll be back at Michelob Ultra for anybody who wants to get down with the Dirty Dogs. They'll be back.
I think Natalie went, if I'm not mistaken.
Did she? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think she was looking to go. Oh, did she?
No, she told me she was going. She had footage too.
Dang, she didn't tell me that. Ooh, maybe she had a date.
did. She told me she was there. Like, yeah.
I
We'll
don't
find out.
know.
She's not even
I'm
on
gonna,
tonight. It's too late for her,
yeah,
but
maybe.
she would have chimed in
Right.
past her bedtime.
Hey, we want to shout out, of course, to our people over with the Greater Youth Sports. They have their annual ball drive coming up this Saturday. So if you are in the ability to give a gift, they're looking for new youth-sized sports balls like basketballs, footballs, volleyballs, baseballs, gloves. What else did I miss? But yeah, the ball drive is happening this Saturday, 11 to 12 at the Phase 1 Elite Sports Complex.
And it's very
out on
successful
East Woodland.
too. I mean, they had cars and cars lining up.
This
For
is their
drive.
fourth one. I think I was there
Yeah.
for the first one, maybe, or the
Right.
second one back during COVID, I think. So
Yeah.
they really have come up. Shout out to them. We love them, and we always want to support. So if you are in town, go catch you some youth-sized balls and make it to the Hollywood, because these go directly to some of their programs, helping the elementary school kids do after-school sports and have after-school sports programs. So that's what we love.
Yep.
All right, Mo. We need to talk about your basketball team in season. The Final Four, the Los Angeles Lakers, Milwaukee Bucks will be going off, as well as the
Say Las Vegas is
Pacers
their
and
second
the
home.
It's their second. Well, I mean, LeBron basically wants a team, so he might as well, right?
Yeah. You said it right.
Yeah. And TNT and ESPN will be integrating their personalities for the special night of in-season tournament semifinals coverage. So we're going to be able to see Stephen A. and Charles Barkley
go toe-to-toe.
go toe-to-toe.
I love this. I am
And I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see them on like the blackjack or the roulette tables or something later on too with those two. But
right.
anyways, your team made it. There was a controversial call that happened.
Well, that was on the refs.
End. Yeah,
that was all on the refs. That was all on the refs. If the ball is not in any possession and it's a loose ball, you don't call a timeout. Everybody knows this. The ref, according to all the baseline nearest to LeBron, claims he didn't see it. It was seconds left within that game, and Phoenix, could have definitely taken over.
They were down by 2.
Down by 2. Yeah. It could have played out in so many ways, but that's not LeBron's fault. That's not any of our players' fault. Ball got loose at the end, and LeBron called a timeout. And I think ref Scott was looking the wrong way and just like, oh, timeout. But
the thing is that once you get to games like that, like, yeah, when it comes down that it does feel like it matters, but what were you doing the rest of the game that only lets you be down? Why weren't you up at this point? Like, what were you doing that had you, you know what I mean? Like, you could have. You can't blame a whole game on the one last call.
No, you can't. You can't. And at the end of the day, LeBron, as he does per usual, did his thing. We were up drastically by double digits in the first half of the game, but you got to understand, this is not your just Schmojo Phoenix Suns team. They got a squad, but they were a squad in foul trouble too. Devin Booker had like 5
and
fouls.
They didn't have Beal
Kevin
either,
Durant
right? Beal wasn't playing.
What's that?
Beal wasn't playing either, though, right?
Right. So, and then, I mean, I've never seen any players like the Stars getting in foul trouble against our Lakers like that, but that's where it was going. Plus, I have my suspicions about this whole game. You want to see the Lakers in Las Vegas, and you want to see the Bucks in Las Vegas, and not for nothing. I'm gonna say it as a Laker fan. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pelicans get us. I wouldn't be surprised because they are playing that good.
I was surprised to realize the Pelicans were playing like this.
They weren't, but this is a new improved team that's just been balling as of late. And I am super excited to be able to witness all of this tomorrow. I hope I can catch the Milwaukee Bucks one. Now, the way it works, it is 2 separate tickets. So you have that, 2:00 game.
But how do they enforce that? Like,
because I think once the game is over with the Bucks and the Pacers, they've got to escort everybody out and shut it down. Like, they got to.
But how do you make sure everybody's not there?
That's a great question. I don't know. That's why I'm like, wouldn't they just stay in there? Like, I don't know how you would. I mean, security's really got to be on point.
Be on another seat somewhere. Yeah.
Something. I was in the restroom. That's gonna be my thing. I was in the bathroom, but luckily, unfortunately, I have tickets for both games. So I'm legit gonna be.
Look at you!
Shout out to my boy C. I didn't know he had NBA connections like that, but he gets to see his Bucks. I get to see my Lakers. I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, what can you do?
Go
And for
ahead.
this to be the first in play that the NBA has ever done, this is really
For
exciting.
sure.
So I will definitely get footage for
Well, we
us. But
can't
yeah,
wait to see your experience and live vicariously through you. I'm
yeah,
surprised the Pacers are in there when
me
I
too.
mean, because you know me, I'm
We're
still in
expecting the
NFL
Knicks,
mode. So I haven't really gotten fully into the NBA yet. And I was like, wait a minute, the
right?
Pacers? And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, and then I
Pacers.
read there was a stat that 10 of those players make under $3 million a
They
year.
do. These are young, hungry Tito's, and you got to understand those young Tito's. They want to win. All they want to do is
Them
play
Tito,
basketball.
they want that 150.
They
Listen,
want
they
that
already got
152. They
150.
want
They
that
want
extra
that half
money.
million. They want
That's
that half
that
million.
part
So
too.
you do
That
get
as well.
150,000
Yes.
automatically already. The winning team, each player will get 500,000. The runner up gets 200,000. But
Yeah.
listen,
Well, Giannis said he didn't even know about the prize money. He
yeah,
just
he
said,
gets to
"Oh, the
get
rich get
paid.
richer." He was like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Oh, the rich get richer." I didn't know. There's money involved.
And he
Well,
said
these
he only
Tito's though.
bets on 34 red. He
Right.
said,
And then there's birthday celebrations out here while they're here. And then the championship game, of course, is Saturday. So I won't be able
Saturday.
to go to that, but just to be in the presence of the semifinals, I think it'll be a good
Yeah.
thing. I think it's going to be a great look. And
Saturday at 5:30 is gonna
yeah,
be good. I'm hoping to
yeah,
try and catch that. I can't make tomorrow's games at all, but I'm hoping that maybe I can find a nice little hook for
yeah,
Saturday's
right?
game. If you got an extra ticket out there, you need someone to go with
Man,
you. I
listen,
mean,
I'll find out tomorrow. The email's supposed to be coming through. I told Thea, I was like, just email me my ticket. I will be there. Just let me know what's going on.
right.
I will
Get
be
it,
there.
get it, get it.
Yeah.
Other basketball news. So then I had to go look at to see who the leaders are in the East and West because the in season is that knockout tournament. So one loss, you're out. So I was thinking like, well, these aren't the top teams, are they? Well, then of course
No.
the Celtics got busted. The Bucks are in there, but the Magic, Sixers, Knicks, all are out of it. But those are the top 5 teams. For the West, Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Nuggets, Kings, Mavs, all of them not in it. Top 5 teams, including your Lakers. So
Right.
in season seems fun. It sounds like
Yeah.
LeBron James like it. He was giving kudos to the commissioner for putting it together. That he's a genius for thinking of this, and that it's
I like
making him
it.
competitive. There
I
hasn't been
like
a whole
it.
lot of load management lately in these games,
Right.
so
And I think the games have been better in the camaraderie of both because even when you're watching that Lakers and Phoenix Suns game, there was no kind of, and we'll get into the NFL with a lot of pushing and shoving and fighting and stuff
yeah,
on these challenging games. There was none of that going on with NBA. Like LeBron's joking around with Kevin Durant. You saw
hmm
Torian Prince kind of talking to Kevin Durant about him D'ing up so hard on Devin Booker, almost making his doggone headband go this way. Like, so they were
yeah,
all like kind of in a fun thing. They just play up, like to your point, and
yeah.
actually have fun doing it. It just seems like a better watch. I didn't like the courts so much. Like the brightness of the courts was kind of getting to me a little bit.
Arlington was just in the chat saying the courts are trash. I think
Yeah,
majority of them are trash.
the courts was tough.
Unless like the main court is like a very neutral, like a yellow or whatever beige. But when they made them like all red or all blue or all black, it was like my eyes couldn't
Yeah,
focus on the
and then you had
players.
them blending in with the uniforms and opposite, and I didn't know who was at home and who was away. I couldn't tell because of the courts.
It
It
was a
almost looked
lot.
green screen type video game type style, and it just my sensories were just kind of messing with me. I mean,
Well,
I would have just
and
preferred
then
them
they,
playing in different unis for it and calling
yeah.
it a day and having maybe
Which is
play
what
in
they're
scheduled in on the
doing for
court.
your Lakers too. Your Lakers won't be able to be wearing their black uniforms
Yeah,
for
they
the
won't.
tournament.
No, they've got that out, and I like the black uniforms. God, we could have kept that for
Yeah.
Mama Day. Why we
Well,
can't
they've
have
been
black
winning in the
uniforms?
black uniform, so
They
everybody kind of
have.
was
They've
like,
been doing
dang,
really
what's the
well in it.
deal? So maybe
Well,
it's a conspiracy theory. Who knows?
they just want to bring LeBron to Vegas and
Arlington
they
said
get
it's
that.
the NBA 2K created courts gone wrong. Listen, I don't.
You know, on NBA 2K, you can make your own court too and design it. I feel like that's what happened. The Dornbecker courts. Design your own
uh,
court.
the Dornbecker courts.
Yeah, design your own
Oh
court. Yeah.
man. Also, Luca, this is ridiculous to even say this. He's the first NBA player. He had a triple double in the first half, a 29-point triple double in the first half.
I'm so sick of these Mavericks and I'm sick of Dallas. I just don't know what to say. But I do have Luka on my fantasy, so I will say he was winning with that. Now,
Oh
I
my
did do something
gosh.
devastating. I have to just make a side note. If you're playing NBA fantasy, I made the biggest mistake ever in life during my lunch hour. I was toggling with it because I knew I wanted to drop Josh Agoki because he doesn't really bring me any points. He's just a filler. I mistakenly dropped Grayson Allen. My heart is
Ooh.
broken. I'm number 1 in this fantasy league. I still have a great squad, and Michael Williams went down. I did drop Josh Agoki after all, but to drop Grayson Allen was a huge. I didn't mean to push that button, and so I'm really like chomping at the bit on the waivers when it goes through that I can get him again. And no one in my fantasy league has looked at the chat except my younger brother, and I just have a sneaky suspicion he's gonna sneak around. Somebody's gonna sneak and get Grayson Allen, and I'm just gonna be devastated. Cause look, I got my sheet. You see the time I put in with
I
picking
remember the
to
sheet.
have
I
a
remember the
stellar. I mean,
sheet.
I've been reigning number 1 in this league because of the sheet, and I dropped one of my best centers and power forwards. I'm devastated.
I
Totally
guess you got to focus more, Mo. You got to focus more before you hit
My
that drop
thumbs,
or
they're just after the
add.
stupid phone. Like I literally was pushing for Josh Agoki to go. Like he got it. They even put a roster announcement that he's been dropped by 69,000 people. Like I know that. I was trying to drop him too. I just used it for last night. Didn't mean to drop Grayson Allen. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. So let's get into a little bit of the baseball. It was announced today. Juan Soto. I mean, the Yankees really, I mean, obviously they were hurting so bad this year from having a couple of stars and not getting nowhere.
You're right. Exactly. I was just about to say, you make one non-World World Series appearance or playoff appearance, and now you go nuts.
And now you go ham. Go ham.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're still waiting to hear about Ohtani, where he may go. And of course, the Japanese phenom, Yamamoto, he's coming too. Still not sure where he's going to end up. There's so many things happening out there. My Mariners have already made terrible trades, in my opinion. So,
well, they said
we'll
the Dodgers blew their meeting with Ohtani, so I don't know how true that is.
Oh no,
the Dodgers blew our chances, so I don't know.
And how do you blow a meeting? Like I
don't know. Who knows?
Terrible.
Maybe they said Dave Roberts is staying. I don't know. Shoot.
Oh geez. Some NFL news. So we're officially 5 weeks, like I said, left in the regular season. There was this meme that there was a couple that just stood out to me. So of course the Niners went off on the Eagles.
Yet the Eagles still sit 10-2. Like I tell all the 49er fans that want to boast.
Yeah. But this one took me out. The one on the left, my dog looks like Tommy Egan. Business is getting handled today. That's Christian McCaffrey walking in.
Christian McCaffrey.
And then, of course,
looking like Tommy.
Looking like Tommy. Like, it's getting handled tonight. And then you got Devo coming in, wearing the black Air Forces, and then drops 3 touchdowns and 130 yards.
Oh, we should have known he chose violence when he put those black Air Force ones
the black Air Forces on. That's what happened. Oh my goodness. It's just too much. You know, I am proud. It must be like a Husky thing because Jake Browning, old Husky quarterback, comes through as a backup for the Bengals, throws it down on Monday Night Football against the Jaguars, gets the win, the surprise win, which was amazing. But then, of course, we got another injured quarterback. Trevor Lawrence goes down. Just this ankle sprain, but it looked a lot worse the way he got stepped on with it.
The way he was reacting and the way he was walking in that tunnel needing help. He couldn't even walk on it.
There was
his hand on the turf like,
there was a meme. There was a meme that said there's 20,000 golf carts in the state of Florida and you couldn't find one for Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence didn't want it. He didn't want those fans to see that. He didn't want his players. I'm not getting carted off. I'm about to be He-Man like I am, and no Battle Cat is coming for me. I'm just going to walk it out. Walk it off. Yeah.
Now, my Seahawks had another L, but we had if we're going to take an L, that's the way I want to take an L. Like, we had a good game against the Cowboys. We fought hard. DK Metcalf with 3 touchdowns. He broke the new speed record and beat out Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
It was a great game. We just came up short, but it was good to see Gino. Gino got me like 85 points on my fantasy football team. I mean, seeing the guys play well, that makes me have some kind of faith, because then, of course, now we got to head back into Levi's Stadium and face those Niners again. So
I will say this, though. It's very interesting to me that the first half there was penalty calls back and forth, but as soon as the Cowboys get a lead, there's no more calls.
Hello.
And so in Jerry's world, I feel like that game was totally manipulated, because you guys were balling all out and showing up, and they got some kind of trickery and witchcraft as they usually do out there. And for
Yeah.
some odd reason, no more flags. I saw no yellow
Jerry,
going nowhere to be
nothing,
found when the
nothing.
Cowboys got a lead. I called my brother. I gave him a hard
Yeah.
time about it. I said, "You guys cheated. You manipulated this whole game." Going off on him. And then I had a phone call because I was like, "I gotta go. Bye."
Cowboys fans won't admit that. I think I saw one Cowboy fan that was like, "Okay, we're getting calls. It is kind of obvious. I can at least be, fair in saying that I can see this happening." But I'm like, like every team that wins, well, if the calls were for us or against us, at least we won. And I feel like, that's just kind of how it rolls with
It's
them.
just funny
But
in Jerry world how they just disappear, no flags, and the refs are just kind of like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Oh my gosh.
So I predicted like all the AFC teams to lose this week.
Right.
in my
You actually
AFC
won this
West.
week in our picks.
I did.
Yeah,
But
by one.
two out of the three I was hoping for. The Patriots had one doggone job. And for that to be a 6-0 game, I don't even know who was at that game.
6-0,
Who watched
really?
that game? 6-0.
Terrible.
Chargers,
Who
Patriots.
stayed? And to sit in the cold for that, to watch that
I'm
has got to
leaving.
be
I
ridiculous.
probably would
I'm
have gone. How
out.
about that?
I'd have been watching on TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the Packers. Jordan Love taking down the Chiefs. Taylor Swift was in attendance and they still lost. Maybe it was the Simone Biles effect. I don't know. But the Packers took them out and I think surprised a lot of people come Sunday Night Football. So
hey, Olympians on the field, you're going to have winners. Not to say that Taylor Swift ain't winning, but you got Olympians.
Well, she is like the person of the year for Time or was it Time Magazine or something? So.
But I was happy for the Packers. I was happy for them. I love
super happy.
Ball down. I have him in my fantasy league. He got me numbers. I was just like, I trust you guys. I trust you.
I trust you. But if you caught the Miami game, though, you saw the touchdown celebration, the roller coaster.
Oh, I did. That was
so. Cute. During in season, they actually show the guys coming up with it and practicing it. So here's that real quick.
We're gonna be like the instructor. All right, look. All right, sit down. So roller coaster. All four of us sit down. All right, put our seatbelts on. Right and left. Yeah. Close that. Wait. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. Come on, let's go.
I like it.
So cute.
It was
that
cute.
One definitely has taken. Really there's been a lot less of the touchdown celebrations this season, so it was great to see that, and plus it being so good. It was.
I liked it because it was relatable. When they did the baby boy one, I understood it when the one team did that, but a lot of people are in that generation that haven't seen baby boy are probably not going to understand.
Right.
But this one was relatable to everybody. We've all been on a roller coaster. We've seen those rails go down and walk right doing. Yeah. I thought it was really cute too. It was.
Oh, it was cute. It was.
So they don't have a touchdown choreographer out there in the world, like somebody who's.
I mean, I feel like that would be a great job. I mean, a good 6 figures. I'm sure that would make Hey, I don't know.
I feel like that's a good career to have. Like, oh, I'm a touchdown choreographer. I go to different teams and I give them choreography. Like, just thinking. I don't know.
Maybe that's like a post cheerleaders position they should take.
I don't know, but these guys are the ones that are coming up with this. So I feel
Hey, it works for me. It works for me.
Yeah.
A few sneaker drops. I gotta give a shout out again to our Kelsey Plum, the dog. Her Under Armour. These are the new breakthrough for mental health awareness shoes. They're now available through Under Armour. So she just obviously knows about how important mental health is to her. And so those are the mental health awareness shoes. So those are pretty cool. You've also got Nike's releasing a CFB championship Nike Air Trainer, of course, in the 2024 logo with the CFB logo and the colors of the gold, white, and black.
I like those actually.
Yeah, like the swooshes on them for sure.
Yeah.
If you're an outdoors person or a winter person, Sakai and Nike, the Nike Magmascape collection will be out on the 7th. These are like a outdoor utility, waterproofy, every kind of which way type of shoe for you. Levi's and New Balance are bringing out these 580 versions on 12/7. And then Jade Tips and Sakani are working out the Grid Shadow. These will be out on 12/8.
Wow, those
are
almost
kind
look
of
like
fun.
the Diodoras.
What?
They almost kind of look like the Diodoras a little bit.
Oh, I like the blue ones. They're kind of fun.
I do like the
It's like
blue,
the
yeah.
ocean again. It's like the ocean again.
The beachy.
And then, of course, you got the Jordan 11 Gratitudes. These will be dropping on the 9th. I'm not an 11 fan, but I know there's a lot of people out there that love them. So there you go.
I like the 11s. I mean, they're not Concords, but
I'm not an 11 fan. I
got the 11 lows and I like the 11 highs. I don't mind the 11.
When I was a kid, my uncle had like a pair, not a kid, like a teen. My uncle had a pair of 11s, and I just remember hating that patent leather thing. I just was like, they're moon boots. They're moon boots. They look ugly.
So the second has come and gone, and you did not receive the Dornbecker shoe, Becker shoe.
But they aren't that much over
resale.
On resale. I've been stalking it. Don't worry. I have my feelers out. They will be coming to me one day. I'm just seeing like if I need to like pull the trigger now or let it ride a little bit long because they've gone down like a good $100. So like they're in that
Like I looked on Goat, I saw some for 400. So I was like, okay, not too bad, not crazy.
Yeah. So I'm keeping my options open, but they will come. They will come. I mean, you know, I'll still take another, you know, a couple cash apps for my donation pile for them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Heather, she's been. What's up, Heather? Hey, your bedtime. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping through. And the
Heather, your Chargers only scored 6 points. They scored a touchdown. They couldn't even get a field goal against the New England Patriots. What up with that?
She's just listen. And I got Keenan Allen. So I was just like, can I get some points? Can I please? Oh man.
You take the win. You know, I thought for sure that Denver Broncos were going to go 7-3 this week, and they didn't. And
I'm glad they lost.
I'm glad they lost. You know me. That helped me out a lot. Glad the Chiefs lost. That helped me out tremendously for the AFC. And
definitely, especially with you guys having a bye week and be able to get rested. You're coming back strong this week, so it should be
healthy.
Should be good.
He was shaky, you know, leaving the field, still off and on with his injury, but I think he's back at practice and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're ready. So you ready to pick for 14?
Yes, I want to do two girl power. Well, I have 3 actually. I'm gonna try and do them fast. But so the first one, of course, if you know Caitlin Clark, man, this girl.
What she scored tonight?
She hit 3,000 points tonight. First of all, she had 33 points by like the third quarter, but that's irrelevant. So she's the first D1 player, man or woman, to have 3,000 points, 750 rebounds, and 750 assists.
Wow.
She is now, I believe it's like 500 points or about shy of Kelsey Plum's record, who's the current holder for the women's D1 most points in a season. She had 3,527.
Wow.
So they did the calculations. There's 21 regular seasons left in the Iowa's regular season. She needs to score an average of 26 points per game to beat Kelsey Plum and her title. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was another interesting one. Brock Lesnar's daughter,
you could
Maya.
not say that is not his child.
Listen, you could never. That's just his face.
You cannot say that is not his child.
First of all, she broke the shot put record at Colorado State with 18.50 meters. If you don't know how big a meter is, look it up because that.
Do you see her shoulders and arms?
Distance. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if after college she has a WWE career. So
I wouldn't surprised if Dion reaches out to her and be like, come on the line.
Listen, we need a blocker.
Yes.
I wouldn't doubt it. And then I got a video. It's long, but I'm going to try and cut it short just to give a little, but there's a teacher in Miami And I went to her Instagram and looked through it. And so she teaches, I want to say like elementary, maybe I think elementary school students. I'm in Miami, big Dolphins fan. So she's teaching her kids to use like addition, subtraction, division while trying to figure out Tyreek Hill's rushing yards and what he needs to pass the 2,000 because he's about to he'll try and get 2,000 this year. So it's really cute. Watch this.
We have our total yards. He was at how many yards before this game? 1,324. How do we figure out how many yards he's at now, Adrian?
Add 320.
Dang it. I will try this again. Hang on. Let's see.
Girlchatsports here. Thank you for everybody that joined the chat. Experiencing another technical difficulty.
Not happening.
I'm so happy it's not me, but we did get the context of that video, and I think it's really cute that teachers are using relatable things to teach the kids and keep them.
Bummer, but the kids were so cute. Like the kids were guessing his amount of yards each week, like on the dot, and they would get like a free homework pass. They're like trying to figure out the average that he needs for the next 5 games to get the 2,000. They're all in it. They're all in it to win it. It was super cute.
That is cute. I like that. Teachers are still out there teaching, you guys. Don't give up.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
they are.
Yes.
Oh, amazing. All right, we'll get into some picks. Let's get into some picks.
Week 14.
Last year, we got the win. We are now at 7-3-2. So I got 7 wins, got 3-2.
I know watching that Durango station and get my mind right.
Hey, listen, I heard the parking there was like ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe it.
I
mean, I don't think the building's going anywhere, so I'm not really.
I'm not pressed. I mean, give me like a week or two on like a Saturday on a Monday afternoon when I'm off. Like,
the sportsbook looks really cool. I do like how that sportsbook is set up.
And some of the food options. I think that there's like a sports bar in there that has like some crazy seating and stuff too, which I don't know. I don't know. It looks good.
I'll see it sometime next year. Like I said, I'm not in a hurry. It's out there.
I'm not pressed. Like
I'm still waiting for them to bring my Texas Station back on my 99-cent margarita and that doggone.
No, you're gonna have a hockey complex there now. That's what you're gonna get. A hockey complex on Rancho and Lake Mead.
Where's my frozen?
First of all, I don't know.
Where's my
I had to take Lake Mead out from where I'm in to go all the way down to like, I don't know where it was. I had to go through that area, right? And as I was looking around, I was like, they're really going to put all that, higher end development and the shopping center in here. Like, do you realize that Walmart, one of the worst Walmarts I've ever been to, is right there?
Yeah,
right behind you. And then you've also
still over there too.
I don't think so. God.
Lake Mead. Yeah.
I was like, are we really doing this here? Like here?
Yeah, is that what we're doing?
Do you plan on knocking out the rest of this stuff around here too? Like I'm confused and concerned, but hey,
Good luck.
Oh, well. All right. Thursday night football is so just for, we are officially out of the worst Bimageddon ever. Our players are coming back, which is good. It's good to know. The only buys this week are the Commanders and Cardinals. And if you have anybody on those two teams, except for a quarterback, then I don't know what you're doing in life
because
maybe a Commanders receiver or two. That's okay too. But so they're those two with the bye week. We've got Thursday night football, the Patriots at the Steelers. I mean, Patriots scored 0, so I really don't give them any kind of hope. Although Kenny Pickens is out, I think still. So.
The fact that Kenny Pickens is still out, and the fact that they are giving Pittsburgh only -6 is insulting. They need to be like -20.
I mean,
what was the over for that game against the Chargers and the Patriots? I hate to digress, but I need to know what the over was for that. Because it definitely met the under. What was the over for that?
I cannot.
I wish I could have looked at the
cannot.
spread for that. It sounds crazy. No.
All right, we got the Buccaneers in Atlanta, and big shout out to Atlanta for giving me a crazy amount of defensive points in fantasy football last week. I'm almost tempted to play them again this week, but I have the Ravens, so it's not really questionable.
You have the Buccaneers?
Yeah. No, I had the Falcons defense. They tore up last
but you have the
weekend
Ravens
on
defense you're gonna go with. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I almost was like, hey, I don't know. Atlanta's been doing good on defense. So
no, switch up because it's the Ravens and this is getting into crunch time. They're gonna show up to this week, I think.
All right, Bucks and the Falcons. I'm gonna stick with the Bird family on this one.
Yeah, I think I roll with you on Atlanta, even though it's -1.5.
Yeah.
It's risky, but it's 10 o'clock in
They're
the morning.
in Atlanta too.
Yeah. In Atlanta, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, we've got the Rams at the Baltimore Ravens.
And I got the Ravens on that. -7 on that Baltimore game so far, what the line is.
7. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it is an East Coast game. It is a traveled game for the Rams, but I mean, the Rams have been doing well lately. Like, surprise. I mean,
I think I picked the Rams last week against the Browns. Because I did, because the Browns don't do well too far when they go to LA and the West Coast like that. So
you did. Then you won that bet. That bet. Yeah, I took the Brownies. All right, the Lions at the Bears. Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my.
No, I'm going with Detroit. I'm not going to play Jared Goff because he's not really the best at what he's doing right now, but his players are showing up. So I'm going to just go with Detroit.
Well,
it's on the note.
And the Lions defense hasn't been as spectacular as it's been. I'm just curious to see if Justin Fields may come in there and maybe do a couple of things at home. I'm going with the Lions.
Detroit's on the hunt right now in their division. So it's -3.5. I don't see Justin Fields.
Listen, I'm taking Lions. I'm just debating right now because I either got to deal with Geno and the Niners or Justin Fields and the Lions. So that's what I'm working with fantasy wise.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Because with the quarterback injuries, we have literally nothing to pick anymore. So I'm stuck with my 2 quarterbacks, and that's just what it is. So the Jaguars at the Browns.
Oh, Brownie's got that. Sadly,
we're not sure if Trevor's going to be there. He could or could not.
He'll be there like on the sideline with the brace, but I don't think he's going to play.
I gotta go with the Browns on this one.
They have him out.
The coach yesterday said that he wasn't sure if he would be that they weren't sure as his status for the game. I mean, I don't know what it is. I didn't look at my fantasy to see what he was at. He hasn't been ruled out, I don't think.
So I'm thinking if he plays limitedly, the Brownies will still win.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably be switching in and out.
So you're saying Browns?
I'm saying Browns too.
Okay.
But I'm
we got the Colts. The Colts and the Bengals. Listen, we got a Wazoo quarterback versus a Washington quarterback. The Minshew Mania versus Jake Browning. It's going down, and you know who I got to roll with here.
I know you're going to go with the Bengals, but I'm going to take the Colts on the opposite side of that. Just in case. I have a secret suspicion it will be the Bengals because this Browning kid has actually showed up and did his thing and was unbothered the whole time. Never shook about coming into the game, which was just amazing to me. And I remember
he's cool. He's Jake Cool. Jake Cool.
Well, I remember him in a post-game interview saying that with his dad having a history of a tennis background, the mentals and being at peace and calm, you had to kind of just condition yourself to that. And that's what he shut out the noise and just focused.
And he was the school record leader for passing touchdowns and passing receptions at Washington until Penix came over and took those out. So Arlington Lane is also going with the Bengals over.
I feel like the Bengals could do it. I'm just gonna go one off for you because I don't want to.
All right, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Saints. What happened with Derek Carr, and is he still going to be out?
And I watched this game, and everybody that now, and I meant to tell my friend Daniel when I called him to check on his daughter who attends UNLV. She's safe, thank God. I meant to ask him because he's a diehard Saints fan. He's from New Orleans. What up with Derek Carr? Now you listening to us Raider fans know what you're dealing with. Now, Derek Carr, I watched that game. He in Carr fashion, he got hurt or concussed, and they took him off and put Jameis Winston in. After they took Jameis Winston, they toggled between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. It was kind of a bad. They had Jameis Winston on the field with Taysom Hill. Like it was just but not for nothing. When Jameis was out there, They played up. I mean, they were making their way down the field. They were doing their thing.
I'm cool
Unfortunately,
with
just come up short.
Jameis. It's just Michael Thomas back. I mean, it's just the
I mean,
other factors
listen,
that are all swinging through,
it's
But
Derek Carr. What can I say?
it's the
This is
Panthers.
what
I
you
mean,
get.
how bad do you have to play to not beat the
Derek kept him in the
Panthers?
game as best as he could, and this is what he does, And now he's down, and I saw that go down. I was like, oh, here we go. But Saints fans ain't happy with him. I mean, I always run to Twitter when there's a Derek Carr situation just to see what they're saying. And each week they're flaming him, and it's like, how did you know? Like, I saw a meme with Derek Carr animated with a whole bunch of money bags, like robbery. And the fans.
There's been a handful of quarterbacks that have done that as well.
Yes,
So
Jamarcus Russell. Like,
was there a big church in the back of the meme too?
No church, but and I have to give it up for credit to James Winston. He got pissed. He takes the high road. He really tries to pump up Derek Carr and try to give him, every little inch of energy to say, let's get hyped, let's be here. But no, falls flat.
Yeah.
So
who are you going with, Mo?
So I'm not going with the Saints.
You're going with the Panthers.
Well, you know what? The Panthers are 1-11 though. Jeez. I mean, I have to go with the Saints because if Jameis is in there or Taysom Hill, we might have a chance.
I feel like that's it. Yeah.
Like that.
All right, so we got the Texans at the Jets. Why do I feel like we just had the Oh no, it was the Texans and the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
The Texans go into New York Jets. I mean, Texans have been great. CJ Stroud that team is really doing some things.
Poor Zach Wilson. So they announced that he's back in the starting rotation today.
That poor guy has PTSD. I know he's got to have
football. People have flamed him. They've done a lot of ridicule to him. Micah Parsons got on his podcast saying, leave the guy alone. Quarterbacks is the toughest job ever. The media's flaming him. People are on like, this is NFL. Suck it up, bro. Motivate yourself to play differently.
With players' moms or something.
Right. Don't listen to us. We're just talking heads. Play yourself up to be better.
So do better. Give them some positive talk about. I don't know.
Kids are soft, I tell you.
I'm guessing you're going with the Texans too.
Yeah, I am. You have to.
Vikings and the Raiders.
I got to roll with my team. This is a home game. Sunday. And hopefully Max will be able to do his thing. Hopefully Aiden O'Connell will be able to do his thing. Now the rumors about John Gruden coming back are not true. So I need people to cut it out with that. That's not going to happen.
Not true
to
for
roll with
you.
Antonio Pierce. He's going to be our guy, I think. But I'm picking Raiders just to.
Okay. All right. And we'll see if Dawgs has a better performance because this last weekend he did terrible.
Oh, yeah. J.K. Dobbs, yeah. Well,
I'm going with I'm gonna go with your Raiders.
Okay.
All right. Seahawks at Niners. I mean, I can just pray that we'll have a close game again like we did last week.
You know what? I'm picking you guys. I'm sick of the red and the gold talking their stuff. Saying who they're saying.
Oh man,
they look great out there. I know the MVP conversation is on C-Mac. I know the MVP conversation is on Brock Purdy. I'm hearing it all. I'm seeing it all.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing? They're playing in
at Levi Stadium.
Oh, it's in Levi. Ugh, tough. But if Gino has the game he has against, like he did with the Cowboys,
listen, right? If our offensive line keeps holding for him like they did last time,
make them pay for it. Is all I can say. Make them pay for it. Make them pay for it.
I know.
Make them earn it.
Like we just need to go 1-on-1 with them. That would be nice. Okay, we got the Buffalo Bills at Kansas City. This is probably the two most surprising bad, teams that have taken dumps this season. The Chiefs. The Bills head-to-head at Arrowhead.
Yeah, and I need Stephon Diggs to really give me numbers. Like, I
don't listen.
I don't understand what is going on. Why are they not feeding
It's his quarterback is not getting
they had him questionable last week on some stuff. I don't know what's going on with this kid, but I really need him to show up. I'm not going for the Chiefs this week. They're in our division. For them to take another L would just be another poetic justice thing for me. But I do need the Bills to really show up and step up.
You.
Josh Allen,
all right,
you got
Bills. I'm
Get
gonna
it together.
go Chiefs only because I don't see the Chiefs losing twice and then
Well,
back
they
at
got a
home.
-1.5. So either way, I just need Josh Allen
It's
to
good.
turn it
Hopefully, it's
around.
just a good game. Period. So,
Yeah,
all right, we got the Denver Broncos going into LA against the Chargers.
divisional. Oh
I mean, can I please get Keenan Allen to make some moves here? Like, come on, Justin. Come on, Heather. Get your team moving. I know it's the Broncos.
I don't see the Broncos having another loss again. I really don't. But
All
then
right,
again,
you
I
want
don't
the
want the
Broncos?
Chiefs. But I don't want the Chiefs to. I just don't
Who
like these
you
moving
got?
parts.
Who
I
you
hate
got?
interdivisional games like this. I'm gonna roll with the Broncos just because I don't want to see the Chargers
All
go
right.
ahead of us in case we
All right.
do something.
All right. Big game for Sunday Night Football. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, this is the game of the night, and it should have been the Monday
In
football
Dallas.
game. But you know,
Now, if Jerry starts paying the refs again like he did against Seattle, I mean, but I got to go with the Phillies on this one. I feel like Justin Herbert, the team has, they got their loss last weekend. They've got to come back. It's the Cowboys. They know what they're coming up against. And they got to just put the nail in the coffin. Like, let's get these Dallas Cowboys an L. Come
let
on.
me be clear. I want the Eagles to win this game so badly. I just don't think the Eagles will
I
win
hear
this
you.
game.
I hear you.
And it's not because they're in Jerry World and all of the shenanigans. It's because the Eagles are struggling physically. They haven't been playing like elite football the last few weeks. It's been kind of just fluky wins,
Struggle
to be
bus,
honest
yeah.
with you. They've been struggling. So going into, I don't want to pick the Cowboys. I don't. But I just off of logic. I'm not even going my heart and
Okay.
my emotions. I'm just going off of what I see.
I
And I got
got
the
you.
Cowboys -3.5. That line might change.
Okay.
And you never
So
know.
we've got 2 games at the same time on Monday Night Football.
And I'm watching the Dolphins and Titans. I mean, I
Absolutely.
wouldn't mind watching the Packers game, but they're
I
playing
mean,
the
the
Giants, and that's
Packers,
boring.
yeah, absolutely. I think we could both agree it's going to be a Miami and Packers Monday night.
Yeah, it is. I got both of them.
Same. Well, that's another episode of Girl Chat Sports with Mo and Mel. Hey.
Thanks for everybody that tuned in on our after hours. Enjoyed the chat. I saw my dad
Yes.
kind of checked in. Hi, Dad. Love you,
Aww,
bud.
Mr.
So
Three.
glad he's in there watching us.
Love it.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Feel free if you're just catching on the end of the show, hit the replay, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I appreciate all those that are out there on Spotify or Apple Music or any other podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
But really watching us, seeing us screw up and having technical difficulties versus listening to them is probably way better.
For once, it's not me.
Especially, and they're not Mo's turn this time. So subscribe at Girl Chat Sports, all one word, on YouTube. Check us out. And hey, if nothing else, we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, absolutely. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
UNLV strong, you guys.
Yes.